this is how much money you need for a 1-week holiday in Koh Samui, Thailand.
So we're going to look at budget, mid-range and luxury, and obviously these are all rough prices, so you need to do your research. For accommodation, if you're staying at a basic guest house or a hostel, you could literally stay somewhere for under £100 a week. For mid-range, like a boutique hotel or a beachfront bungalow, it could be anywhere from £250 to £300 or £400. And for luxury, if you want a resort with a pool, spa, ocean views, 5-star service, going to be above £700, £800 for the week. Honestly, this could go as high as £10,000, £20,000 for the most exclusive resorts. For food, if you're on a budget, you can eat mostly street food and cheap Thai meals. You could probably spend less than £70 for the week. For mid-range, if you want a mix of local food and sit-down restaurants with some Western style restaurants in there as well, I'd say £150 plus. For luxury, you could be having daily fine dining, brunches or room service. You're going to spend over £300 for the week for sure, and that can go way higher. Getting around the island is something you have to consider as well. If you're on a budget, you can rent a scooter for normally quite cheap, or getting the red shared taxis. You could spend less than £30 for the week. For mid-range, you might want to get the occasional grab or taxi, and you might hire a scooter as well, so you could spend about £70 plus. And for luxury, you might want hotel transfers or a private car hire. You're going to be spending over £140 to £200 plus. Now let's talk about activities. So if you're on a budget, you might not spend barely anything. You could do beach days, hiking, you can get cheap massages, spend less than £30. For mid-range, you might want to do some island tours, cooking classes, beach clubs. I would budget around £70 to £100 for this. For luxury, again, the sky's the limit, but if you do spa days, some yacht trips, private experiences, you're going to be spending £300, £500 plus. And alcohol is its own separate category. If you're on a budget and you're drinking beers or happy hour drinks, you could probably get away with spending less than £50. For mid-range, if you want cocktails at beach bars, wine with meals, you could spend £100. For luxury, if you're having drinks at your hotel, bottles of wine, drinks at fancy beach clubs, you're going to be spending way more, so that could literally be £500 plus. So very quick recap, if you're on a budget, you could get away with spending less than £300 a week here. For mid-range, it's going to be closer to £600, £700 plus, and for luxury, starting from £1,500 plus, but this depends on how fancy you want to go. It could go so much higher than that. Drop your budget in the comments and I'll recommend a hotel to stay in.